one-on-one with Stacey Thomas. Unrestricted and unlimited. We can talk about anything you want. Unrestricted and unlimited. Let's talk about something. Your one-on-one with Stacey Thomas. Unrestricted and unlimited. We can talk about anything you want, yeah.
Hey, everybody. I am Stacey Thomas, Unrestricted Unlimited. And for the new people joining us, why do I say Unrestricted Unlimited? Simply because it means don't put me in a box, baby. Have yet to see all that God has for me. And tonight, it's the first show of 2022. And hey, the shows were going so good last year. I'm not going to blame it on anybody but myself. Procrastination, being distracted, allowing other things to get my mind off of what I really need to do. But we're back. We're going to try to keep this going. And what better way to start this than to start it with a dear friend of mine, entrepreneur, CEO of her own business, and creator of all things that she chooses to do and what God leads her to do. I would like to welcome my girlfriend. Should I say that this is business? I'm going to welcome my girlfriend, Les.
You can say anything you want. This is your platform and your show. I say go for it. Say it. Go ahead. Say it. Say what's on your heart.
How are you, beautiful? How are you?
I am amazing. How are you? I'm excited to be here. You know how long I've been waiting to sit next to you and just have a conversation on StreamYard?
We always have a good time. And like I said, like when the show came on, blame it on me, my procrastination. You know, I have a tendency to move a little slow, and you've always been one of those people since the first time I met you that kind of was pushing me to get out of my own way and to just, that's why I'm excited. I know, I had some things going on and got behind on some things, but I'm excited to talk to you tonight about the upcoming event, because I know your event, when you had it the first time, it touched me. So I want to see like what you got coming this year, Les. So first, let's start with, tell us a little bit about you.
A little bit about me. So first I want to say I'm a self-published author. That's where I started. And that's how we met. That was the connection, us both being authors. So like I said, I'm a self-published author, entrepreneur, business owner. Oh gosh, what else? I have a number of pages on Facebook. I'm all about helping people to grow if I can. A couple of years ago, I came up with a poop spray to, eliminate that dreaded poop smell in the bathroom. Last year I had a organization called Entrepreneurs and Business Owners, and that was to connect with other business owners and, just to kind of connect and network and help each other through this journey of being an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. My oldest is 29. My youngest is 22. Organizer. So, as you stated, I'm actually in preparation of Loving the Skin I'm In, Boundaries and Peace, which is going to happen on February the 19th. So just a lot of things going on. A little of this, a little of that, and I have some other things that I'm working on. So just constantly busy.
One of the things that I've always admired about you, Leslie, was not only you've always been a go-getter, but you're like our friend Mark that passed away. You're somebody that you've never tried to steal all the attention. You've built your platforms, but Leslie, almost, or if not on all of them, you're always promoting somebody else. So my question for you is, because some people don't get this, Leslie, why do you take the time to promote others?
I want to say this. I'm passionate about helping people. Even in my 9 to 5, I'm in the human services profession in my soon to be non-existent 9 to 5 when God opens that door.
Okay.
But I'm all about helping people. I think about the countless times that people have helped me along this journey. So I just get excited and happy when I can help someone else out. I don't know. I'm just, and then I don't have my hand. And what crossed my mind was, and we don't really have to go into this, but I think about when you were starting the Blog Talk show and just how we spent that afternoon together, just going through some things and you learning some different things. So I just get excited in helping other people. You know, we all need that at some point in our lives. Like I said, I know the countless times I've needed help and I've had people in my corner, and I didn't have people in my corner who were like, give me this and give me that, and how much you're going to give me for this, and what are you going to do for me? So of course I want to extend that to other people as well. But again, that's just my passion, helping people.
Wow. It's amazing also, Leslie, that I got to really thinking about what you said just now, and it hit me. But it's amazing, like the support that people give you, and I don't know, you've just always been different. And it's surprising because I've met good people, don't get me wrong, but rarely do you come across as a African American woman, rarely do you come across another African American woman that does not care how much you got, what you got, where you live. We can network. Am I correct?
I've come across some. I won't say that I haven't, but I don't always come across that. I think
But
it's
you're
your
not
mindset.
like that.
I
But you're
try
not
not to
like
be.
that. That's right. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's.
But you know what, Stacey? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Well, I guess I did.
That's okay.
But that comes from a place of it comes from a place of growth and maturity, and over the years and getting older. My thing is, what God has for me is for me, and what He has for you is for you. So whatever I do to help you or don't help you, however you're shining, it's not going to stop me from getting to where God wants me to be. Not helping somebody else. It's not going to stop me. And so that's the mindset that I have. I'm going to get mine regardless. What's meant for me is for me.
And I try to tell people too, sometimes when you're blessing somebody else, it's not that people wonder what they're going to get out of the deal. You know what? Bless somebody and watch how good you feel. You know what I mean? People don't get it sometimes.
It comes right back. It comes right back to you in ways you would have never imagined.
Okay. So to get to this point, Leslie, as a woman, and we're going to talk about the event that you created, did it take you a long time to grow into this woman? What we're about to talk about, this woman and you telling others how to love themselves. Have you always been like this, or did something in your life change you and make you say, you know what? I'm going to love me, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to bless others?
I don't want to get emotional, but no, it took me a long time to get to this place, because even being younger, it was like I didn't think I was pretty, or when you're younger, oh, you're ugly, or you're not this, or you're not that, or you're too skinny. Then when the weight came on, you're too fat, and you're not this, and you're not that. And especially when you're younger, you take that in. And
Yeah.
at that point, I wasn't, oh my gosh, I'm just so confident, and nothing that you say is going to affect me. So yeah, it took me a really long time to start loving me and start loving who God made me to be. Just being confident in who I am, knowing that God made me to be me. I can't be Stacey. I can't be Stacey Thomas. I can't be that outspoken, unlimited, restricted Stacey. I have to be Les. I have to be the mellow, laid back Les. And so, yeah, Stacey, it took me a while to get to this place, and loving the skin I'm in actually ties into that. Even with my first book, no, the second book, even with the second book, in the very beginning of the book, and I don't think I've told too many people this, it talks about the main character saying how she never felt pretty, how she hated her name, and just so many different things about herself and not being secure. So in the beginning of the book, as an author, you just pull from different things. You pull from your own life, you pull from the lives of people around you, and of course you get creative. But in the very beginning of the book, I was talking about me because I didn't feel that way. Even when I was young, I hated my name. I did. It was just so many things that I didn't like about myself. But I'm at a point where I love me. I love me.
Leslie, I would have never, ever, for the years that I've known you, would have thought for a minute that you weren't totally happy with you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For a long time.
So you've created Loving the Skin You In. Mm-hmm. When did you create it?
Loving the Skin I'm In actually was created last year, and it was it was probably November of 20, had to be November of 20. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I just started thinking about who we are as women. And sometimes we get to that point where we don't love ourselves for whatever the reason may be. Maybe you were abused. Maybe people told you were ugly. Maybe people told you were too fat, or you were too skinny, or whatever the case may have been. It gets you to that point where you start feeling insecure about who you are. You're not confident, and it causes you to make really bad decisions, which I've done in my life. And it just puts you in a place where, again, you're not loving you. And so, like I said, over the last several years, and it wasn't just yesterday that I started loving me, but, when I thought about that more, and I thought about Valentine's Day and things like that, I just thought about, I want to put something together for women just to come together and just talk about their experiences in loving who they are. Because sometimes, even as an adult, some of us, even men, are still not at that point where they're loving themselves, or we're loving ourselves. And so Loving the Skin I'm In was birthed. I actually worked with, her name is Tyra White, and we worked together to put the first event together,
which I really enjoyed.
Thank you.
And I don't want to get off track, but you guys did an amazing job last year for it to be an online event. I think most people that think, well, we expect when you do an online event, we're going to pay for the event itself. We're going to sit in front of the computer and we're going to listen. I'm not going to tell what all you did, but hey, I was surprised. I was surprised when I went to the mailbox, but
oh yeah.
I think it's, you've created something differently. So when you thought about creating this event, your main goal is exactly what the statement says, to love yourself.
Right.
How, Leslie, a lot of times, and I know, and I don't mean to get off the subject, but I have questions. Sometimes, Leslie, we're too busy thinking that we're expecting too much, that we can't love ourselves. Would you agree? Like women women, like, for me to be happy, it, not for me personally, but some women feel like for them
Mm-hmm.
to be happy, everyone around them has to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not happy, then I'm not doing what I should do, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting too much. And that goes back to accepting who God created you to be. So how are you helping women? Let's say women let these naysayers get in their ears, their
Mm-hmm.
men, their family members.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to that, Leslie, when you're up against that type of abuse, whether it's mental or physical? How can I love myself?
I'm going to say this, Stacey. Sometimes it takes a village, so to speak. It takes
Okay.
us rallying around each other to help each other out, and that's what Loving the Skin I'm in last year did, because there were so many different stories, and even knowing the women on the panel, some of the stories I didn't know. A lot of people know Coach
Right.
K. Her story was
Right.
phenomenal, and for the years that I've known Kay, I didn't know that much about her.
Mhm.
The initial speaker, who was Blunt, the executive producer of Real Women of RVA,
Yes.
even in sharing
Yes.
her story. And sometimes it's not always me giving advice to somebody, but if I can say something that happened in my life that relates to what you're going
Mhm.
through, and I can tell you
Mhm.
how I overcame that, that might be something to help you. Or us sitting around
Yes.
together and you listening to somebody else's story. And of course, you want to hear those words of encouragement. You're beautiful. You're loved. But the hardest thing with that is if that person doesn't believe it, it's a little bit harder to get them to kind of cross over to that point where they're actually loving themselves. I remember when I was doing my second book, and again, the beginning of it talks about not feeling pretty and being ugly and hating my name and everything. And there was somebody, I was in the doctor's office and the lady was like, hey, can I read this? I'm like, sure. And she's like, can I share this with my daughter? She said, my daughter is so insecure. And she had to be maybe like 12, 13 or something like that. I was like, sure. I said, and if she wants to call me, she can. But sometimes it's kind of challenging to get to that place. And what's even funny is I've come across women, beautiful women, who will say to me, I don't feel pretty. I don't feel like I'm loved. I feel like I'm ugly. And I look and I say, are you kidding me? You are freaking gorgeous.
Exactly. Yeah.
You are beautiful. But sometimes feeling pretty and feeling beautiful doesn't just start right here. It's how you feel inside and how you've been made to feel. And I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, yeah, you did, Leslie. I think it helps to, like, when you can hear somebody else tell their story, because
Mm-hmm.
there may be something going on in my life.
Right.
I don't know how to talk to somebody else. I can't trust my best friend even with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I always say to people, sometimes if you have a story and God puts it on you to share it, just because no one is telling you they're going through that, it doesn't mean that they're not having problems within
Right.
themselves. So, who are your speakers this year?
Well, Kay is coming back, so I'm excited to have Kay back. She's going to be our keynote speaker.
Okay.
I also have Valerie McAllister, who's an author
Valley,
as
okay.
well. Yes, so
Okay.
she's going to be a speaker. I have a young lady by the name of Andrea Brooks, who's going to be a
Okay.
speaker. I can't remember. I think she's written a book. I can't remember, but she does a lot of different things as far as helping teens and kids and things like that, as far as mental stability on that line. And so she'll be there. She does a lot of work with her husband. And then I have Miss Babette Golden, who is going to be a speaker as well. And I'm excited about her being a part of this event, because she's not, she doesn't speak all the time, but what she has to
Okay.
say is just so powerful, and how she delivers is just so powerful. So I'm really excited to have these ladies on board to be speakers this year.
And you're gonna make all the guests feel as welcomed as you did last year?
Of course, even more so. I got even better gifts this year.
Oh
Y'all
goodness, oh
getting
goodness. I'm picking with you, Leslie.
y'all getting better stuff this
So
year.
listen, we got Greg Hall. Let's see what Greg is saying. Let's
Okay.
see. Greg put some words up here. This is why I do what I do and love it. So many don't see the beauty that surrounds them. I love the feeling I get watching them eventually to see what everyone else sees. Also, Greg's talking. You know Greg Leslie.
He did my boudoir photo shoot.
Greg be doing them sexy pictures, Leslie.
Yeah, he did mine, and that was something I had always wanted to do, but never did it. And Greg opened the door for me to do that. And in that, and of course we all have flaws, and I have some imperfections on my body that I don't like, and I've learned to embrace them because that's what I can still walk out this house if I need to.
That's right.
So
That's
I'm
right.
getting past that. And he made me feel very comfortable. He said, whatever scars you have, don't worry about them. I'm here. I'm going to make this great for you. And he did an amazing job on my boudoir photo shoot. So I thank him for that. And even now, every once in a while, I'll put the pictures out. I don't put the super racy ones out that he did. I still, even today, put those pictures out. But real quick, Stacey, in taking those pictures, it just at that point, and again, not at that point, I wasn't loving who I was at that point, but that made me love me even more. Because you got to be kind of bold and courageous to do a boudoir.
The boudoir pictures. Well, I'm going to say two things, okay? I'm going to say something. It's great, Leslie, that you didn't put the racier pictures out because I would have been on the phone. You didn't tell me you do that. Come on to the casting call. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, I know for a fact that when people think of boudoir pictures, it's always that one thing that comes to mind. Oh, it's about sex, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Tell us, I know you've said a lot. When you go, and Greg's a great photographer. I've seen his pictures. As a woman, is it a sense of freedom in front of that camera, being just letting go?
I wouldn't say the sense of freedom came at that moment because I think I was still a little nervous because again, the pictures, some of the pictures are a little racy. But I think once I saw the photos and I saw how great they look, I was just in love with the pictures. But also, Kula Von Seal, she was actually there the day of my photo shoot. So she did my makeup and she's like, well, Les, wear this way or wear that way. And like I said, Greg made me feel really comfortable. But I think that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of freedom came when I was actually able to see the pictures. And it's not always about what people think and getting that response, but to get the positive feedback, because even what you just saying, you were glad that the racy pictures weren't out there because you would have called me and said, come and audition. But you also have those people, Stacey, that are going to say, well, I can't believe you did that. What were you thinking? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that? Because people are so judgmental, but I felt great after the photo shoot.
You know what? That judgmental thing, I am so tired of it already. I think a lot of women, and that goes back to even loving yourself. You can't love yourself or love what you're doing or love the decisions that you make and just feel good because you have so many people judging people.
Right.
So the event is when, Leslie?
The event is December nothing. It is February the 19th. It's from 11 to 3:30. It's going to be virtual. We're going to do it via Zoom.
Okay. I'm gonna put the flyer up at the end of the interview. Is there anything, Leslie, that you feel like you need to say to someone? If I said, Leslie, I know you've told me all about your event. I know you told me the name of your event. Why is it that you really think I shouldn't miss out?
Because it's an opportunity to connect with like-minded women. It's an opportunity to, here's somebody's story that's similar to yours that you don't want to share with anybody else. It's an opportunity to do something different. This is a virtual event. You don't have to come out your house. You can sit at home in your PJs and do it. We're going to have really, really great gifts in our brag bag. I have some really great things for you all. This year's boundaries and peace. So we're not just talking about loving the skin you're in. We're talking about setting boundaries for yourself, being at peace. A lot of times we don't set those boundaries. It interferes with our peace. So we're going to be talking about that. We have breakout rooms. We're going to do 3 breakout rooms where you get to connect intimately. And it's not going to be a large event. When I say large, it's not going to be tons of people. So if anybody wants to come, you got to get your ticket early. I believe in intimacy for this event. And so, like I said, we'll do breakout rooms and people get the opportunity to connect in a smaller group. We have 4 dynamic speakers. We also have vendors that are going to be on board. So this is going to be a great, great event.
Okay. Are you looking for any more vendors, Leslie? Just in case somebody's wondering.
I am still looking for vendors. Probably about 3 more spots. I already have somebody from Paparazzi. I already have somebody from Avon. I have somebody who's doing Mary Kay. So I already have those in place. And the other ladies, I think if I had somebody doing something similar, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. But those are the 3 that I know I don't need any more of. But yes. And also, so vending is $25. If anyone wants to be a vendor and you reach out to me, I will take $5 off the cost if you say that you saw me on Stacey's show. I also have 2 other ways. Yes. I also have 2 other ways to vend. You can vend via the brag bag, meaning send me whatever items you want. If it's samples of your product or what have you, we'll put them in the brag bags for you. That's $15. If you just want to submit your business cards, you can do that as well. And that's $10. So for anything, any of the 3, I'll take $5 off the cost. Now you cannot beat that. That is a great deal. That's a great deal.
Well, first of all, the $25 was a great price. You know, you're not seeing many vending deals for $25. So that's good. Okay, Leslie, and I'll have your number up there, 804-424-0337 if they need to reach out to you. The books, because you got deep right there. And just in case someone would like to read the book, because of the subjects you said were in the book, as far as how women feel, how would they get a copy of the books?
They can reach out to me and I can send them the book directly, or you can go to Amazon. Both of my books are on Amazon. My first book is called A Lesson Learned. My second book is called Choices. And so when you go on, you're going to see Choices by Les and I'm about to say Loving the Skin I'm In, but you'll see Choices by Les and A Lesson Learned by Les. But really quick, Stacey, also for anybody who wants to come in as an attendee, tickets are $25. But again, if you say, hey, I saw you on Stacey's show, then I'll give you the tickets for $20. You can also go on Eventbrite for the ticket as well.
Well, thank you for offering that, Leslie. I hope not just one person, but many people take you up on that, sweetheart. I'm always wishing you the best, Les. I'm always wishing you the best. I still can't imagine when you were walking around with no fence, but okay.
Wait a minute, say it again, Stacey, because it was breaking up. It was freezing a little.
I still can't imagine there was a time when you were walking around with no good self-confidence, but okay. You know,
thank you for that.
Before you go, you know, women should check out Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. Have you heard it?
I've seen it, but I haven't heard it.
Leslie, that Good Morning Gorgeous, the way she's singing it. The other morning I woke up and looked in the mirror. I said, "Good morning, gorgeous." And I smiled.
I've got to hear that. I've got to hear that. And real quick, LaShonda Loving Madison. Thank you, Sunshine. You can reach out to me.
That's my baby sister.
That's your baby sister. But yeah, if you can go through Eventbrite, but Eventbrite is going to charge you more. If you want to cash at me, just inbox me. Well, not inbox me, but you can text me or inbox me. My telephone number is 804-424-0337. You can cash at me. My cash app is $Leslie, LESLEY So it's $Leslie Les. And again, Leslie is spelled LESLEY.
And if you get a chance, Leslie, put it under this video, okay?
Oh, okay.
My sister, Leslie, will be coming on one day when we can come into agreement on how that she understands that this is my show and she does not get to pick the date, the time, and tell me what's going to go on. Yes, Leslie, she has a very powerful story. So if you're ever at a point, Leslie, where you're bringing women in, not to give up or to truly understand that God is working, Leslie.
Amen to that.
I want you, and I hope to remember to tag you in this. She's going to come on and tell her story. Very, very, very powerful story, Leslie. Very powerful story.
I would love to hear it.
You see, this is why she can't come on the show. See, people need to buy her story. Stacey Thomas, write her cash app down for me. What's wrong with her fingers, Leslie?
I just sent it.
That's why she can't come on my show.
Oh my goodness!
But we not gonna go there.
I just want to thank you, Stacey, because I've been waiting probably more than a year to actually be on your show. So I'm just glad that you could squeeze me in. You're so busy and such a superstar.
You know what, Leslie? I love you, sweetheart, and I thank you for granting me the time, superstar, to come on my platform. You're always busy. You're always doing things, but I'm thankful for you. And should you have something else come up, Leslie, you know the door's always open, okay, sweetheart?
Thank you.
Before you go, if they want to look you up on Facebook, how do they reach you?
Well, just go to Leslie White, LESLEY. My last name on Facebook is White, and you can join any of my groups, any of my platforms, Meet, Connect, Promote, EBO and Friends, Everyday People 365. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, you can go to Richmond Events and Vendors. I also have a Girls Night Out group. And so, yeah, you can find all those things there. Oh, I love Eleanor, the book that started our forever friendship. Thank you, Eleanor. I just love you so.
Okay, so I'm going to show the flyer, Leslie.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to put it in front of us. Let's see. I'm going to take some off. Take things off. I want to hide some things. I'm trying, Leslie. Okay, there we are. So, Leslie, is that the correct flyer that I put up?
It is, yes.
Okay. So until next time, beautiful. Take care of yourself and know that I love you and I'm wishing you the very best, okay?
I love you more. Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm truly thankful, even for the new people that are watch the show. For more episodes of the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show, head over to the YouTube channel, like, share it, and subscribe. And until next time, I like to always tell you, don't stress too much about yesterday or worry too much about tomorrow, because if you do, you just might miss living today. Take care of yourselves.
Unrestricted and unlimited. Talk about something you wanna with Stacey Thomas, unrestricted and unlimited. We can talk about anything